Welcome to a Starter and a Chaser podcast with your hosts, Joe Clarke and Jon Passow.
John, it's time to clean out the fridge when the olives start to blink.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a Starter and Chaser podcast where weekly we review a whiskey and a beer just for you guys. I am your host and Whiskey Connoisseur, Joe Clarke.
And I am your host and professional brewer, Jon Passow.
What do we got today, John? What's going on here?
We got some cool products from Northern California.
Yeah.
Low Gap whiskey. And from Cleveland, Ohio, Westlake, just west of Cleveland, we have Imperial Cosmic Cocoa Stout.
So today, guys, normally, as you know, as you've become accustomed to, I do the whiskey side of things, and he kind of does the second show and takes over. But John has a personal relationship with Low Gap, so I'm going to turn this over to him.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
And get to chill.
You get to relax, chill.
Drink.
I'll do all the work. So this is Low Gap bourbon from Northern California. It's made by American Craft Whiskey Distillery. Crispin Kane is their distiller and owner. He's been distilling since 1989.
Cool.
So they've been around for a while. This has been a really cool product that's cropped up recently. And back in 2012, the distillery actually got Whiskey Advocates Artisan Whiskey of the Year award.
Oh, wow.
It's
cool.
won double gold at blind taste test for the 50 best.
Nice.
It's winning awards left and right.
Yeah.
It's being found all the way in Japan, which is amazing because this batch right here is only 1,200 bottles. They do 3,000 cases a year, I believe, production. So they're fairly small, but they're expanding pretty quickly. This is their 3-year-old bourbon. It's 55% corn, 30% rye, 15% barley. They use an alembic still to distill it, so it's kind of done in the method of cognac. And that's the lowdown on that one.
I noticed it's just to cut in here real quick, is that it's a 42.2% alcohol by volume, so doesn't seem like anything crazy going on.
Yeah, not super high alcohol or anything like that. Right. So let's take a look at the color.
She's a light one, man.
Yeah, light, kind of hay almost. The color of hay.
Yeah, it's super light. Long legs. I mean, real.
Wow.
That's a heavy drink, man.
Wow.
Sticks a lot to that 3-year-old bourbon.
There's like no legs to it whatsoever.
Ooh.
It's just sticking there. What are you getting on the nose?
Green apples. Right off the rip. I mean, this is very aromatic.
Okay.
Yeah, I get green apples right off the rip, man. It is really heavy on that.
I don't think I've ever heard Joe mention green apples.
Oh yeah, it's big time on this one. Little notes of your typical stuff, maybe just a little bit of vanilla on there, a little bit of caramel, but it is heavy apples coming out of there, green apples. Like a sweet green apple, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something nice. I think we should just dive right into this. And see what
All right.
I've never had this before. This is my very first sip that you guys are seeing, and I'm excited, John. Thank you for sharing.
I've had a couple sips. I'm not going to lie. What are you tasting?
Wow. Again, the green apples come right through for me, right on the front. And it kind of goes into, it's a little warm on the front and the sides of the tongue. There's no burn going down, not really that Kentucky hug or anything going on like that, but it's a little warmer than I thought it would be at the proof level it is. That's not a bad thing though. This is very well balanced. I get a lot of spice on this, about mid-palate. Yeah, it's an interesting drink. You go from apples to spice, and then to me, it's a nice, long, sweet finish to it. Yeah. A little brown sugar on the back end there for me.
For me, I'm going to mirror Joe just a little bit. Right up front, I do get a lot of that green apple note. Then I get a lot of corn sweetness.
That's probably what I'm getting.
I'm getting a decent amount of corn on this. Extremely smooth. I mean,
oh yeah.
and that's how I've always felt about this product, and most of his other products. I've gone through and done a bunch of barrel tastings with Crispin, and all of his stuff is just got this amazing smoothness to it. And this is no exception to that. It's very smooth. A little bit of the barrel notes start coming out in the back end, a little bit of the brown sugar.
Yeah,
it's
this is very
nice.
Flavorful for a 3-year-old whiskey. That is for sure. There's a lot going on. In how light that is, you wouldn't expect as much as you're pulling out of this. I wouldn't say this tastes young. Which,
Not at all.
With younger whiskeys, you get kind of like
the flavors aren't mashed.
Yeah, they're not mashed too well. This is incredible, all the different flavors that are in this and how light it is, being 3 years old. I'm impressed. This is really good, Low Gap. You did a very, very good job.
Heavy mouthfeel to it, too.
Oh, yeah. It's a heavy drink.
I get a little warmth in the center of my chest, but not a lot. And it's just, it's really cool. That is really cool. I was in Narlands a couple months ago, and on Bourbon Street at some of the higher end bourbon restaurants there, they had bottles of this. So,
oh wow,
you know you've made it when you're on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool. 3-year-old bourbon at this. I mean, it's a nice bottle too.
Yeah,
almost kind of like your typical higher end bottle for your higher end whiskey. What did this run? What does this run?
MSRP is 70 or 75, I believe.
Wow, so it's up there. I mean, it commands some of the dollar there, but it's a nice label, nice bottle. But more importantly than the label and the bottles, the juice inside is very good. So I recommend anybody, if you can get this, get a bottle of it for sure.
Perfect. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but for those of you that are watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the Chaser.
See you guys in a minute.
All right. Welcome back to the second part of a Starter and a Chaser podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So up next for the Chaser, well, you know what, Joe? I got to admit, I've got a problem here.
Me too.
For the life of me, I have the damnedest time pronouncing the name of the brewery. Sibling Revelry Brewing Company. Revelry. We'll call it SR from here on out.
If you see this, comment down below if we're saying this right. Sibling Revelry?
Revelry.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are out of Westlake, Ohio, which is about 20 minutes west of downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. I believe they started around 2016. This is their Imperial Cocoa Stout. So it's made with cocoa nibs, or cacao nibs, however you wish to pronounce that, and lactose sugar, milk sugar. It's 8.5% ABV, and Joe's probably super psyched because he's been getting into the Imperial Stouts and finding he really likes them.
Oh, yeah.
So, we'll see how this stands up to your taste buds.
The Wheaters have been good, but the Imperials are like notching above now. Like, hey man, like you're a bourbon drinker, this is what you're supposed to be drinking.
Thick and heavy.
Look at that. Wow. It's got some serps to it.
Is that something we can catch? Is that going to be after the coronavirus, you catch the serps?
The serps from the Imperial Stouts.
This is nice, thick, heavy.
What was in the bottom of that?
It looks like it had a little bit of sediment at the bottom of this.
Let's make sure I get some of that.
No, you don't want sediment. Some people like sediment, some people don't. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it in my glass because it can change the mouthfeel. It can give you a little bit of a yeasty note. It's not a bad thing if you find it in the bottom of your bottles. That just means they're not doing like super filtration or anything like that, which is fine. What are you? This is
super dark, man.
Dark, slight.
These are cool looking.
Off-white tan.
I just like the Imperials just because of the way they look. You definitely don't want to spill that on a white shirt, huh?
No, not at all.
Chocolatey.
Chocolatey.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of citrus to it too. That's interesting.
Citrus and chocolate.
Yeah.
Interesting combination.
Yeah. Let's just dive right into this.
Right.
Yeah. Cheers. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like it. Chocolate bomb.
Yeah.
That is baking chocolate.
It does have kind of like that bitter chocolate.
Yeah. Which is not bad. It's good. It's a good thing. I like that. Which
you will get from the cacao nibs. That is just the broken up pieces of the larger nut, and it will give you that dark, bitter chocolate note.
All right, guys, I'm just going to go sit on the couch over here.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Wow.
Cocoa mixing with kind of a milky, slight sweetness, a bit of roast, good medium, I would say solid medium mouthfeel to it.
It's beautiful.
Lower carbonation, which is the way your Imperial Stout should be in my book. You know what this reminds me of? The milk at the bottom of the bowl of cereal after you've eaten a bowl of like Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that nice. It's nice. A little sweetness to it.
Not overly so.
It's very well blended in the flavors, and I do get that kind of a little bit of a citrus to it, about mid palate. Is there a reason for that?
That could just be the hops that they used.
Okay.
I would assume. I'm picking up a little citrus too. It's not over the top. It's just
it's
just a little dash there. Yeah.
You would think that like the combination of the two would be really gross. You know what I mean? Because your brain tells you it's gross.
Yeah.
But when you have it in this beer and how well this beer is made, Sibling Revelry or SR.
SR.
It's incredible how well they mash together in a beer like this. I am definitely enjoying the Imperials, man. These, I think this is my calling in beer. This is excellent.
We've got a lot of more styles coming to expose Joe to, so we'll see how his palate changes the more we do more episodes here. So stay tuned for that. By the way, if you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, hit like, leave a comment, tell us what your favorite Imperial Stout is, and actually tell us what your favorite style of beer is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Man.
Recommend some stuff for us to try. Say, hey, I want to see you guys do this, or hey, we do accept any donations for tasting of something that you think we should try that we can't get.
If you'd like to send us a bottle or a bottle of whiskey or beer, shoot us an email at whiskeyandbeer@starterandchaser.com, which is also our web address.
Yep.
So that was the Starter and the Chaser.
Excellent.
Let's revisit Low Gap. What were your thoughts? Thumbs up.
I'm having trouble putting this down.
I noticed that. Thumbs up, thumbs down for the Low Gap.
2 thumbs up, because that is incredible for being a 3-year-old bourbon. The weight of that bourbon, how oily it is on the glass, how heavy it is in your mouthfeel, and the flavors just pop from start to finish. That is definitely worth its price tag, I believe, in my opinion. That's a well-made bourbon right there, and I wouldn't mind having one of those in my collection too.
I'm gonna say 2 thumbs up. I mean, absolutely agree with what Joe said. 3 years old, so much flavor and an incredible smoothness to it. It's fantastic. If you like Eagle Rare, I feel like this one is on par with some of that sweetness that a lot of people are drawn to for Eagle Rare. So if you're an Eagle Rare fan, definitely search this out. But if you're a bourbon fan in general, I would say search it out.
I think this is more balanced than the Eagle Rare.
Absolutely. I think it's a lot better product too.
Sure. Yeah.
But like flavors and all that.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
2 thumbs up.
Absolutely.
All right. Sibling Revelry SR.
Seems
Imperial
to be
Cosmic Cocoa. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
2 thumbs up. The Imperials are my jam, man. This is great. It's a wonderful beer. I fell in love with this at first sight here, or first taste.
First taste and sight.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up for me as well. It's just a really well-crafted Imperial Stout, and I love that it is like after the Cocoa Pebbles milk in a glass. It's a really cool thing to capture and to taste.
And the best part, it's local.
Yes, and we're all about local.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And your smaller distilleries and places that are making their name in the world today. It's awesome that you guys are really doing all the work and kicking out such great products.
Yeah, keep it up, keep it up. So that is this week's episode of A Starter and a Chaser. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday when we have a new episode. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and we're also if you want to listen to in your car or as you're going to bed at night, we are on all the major podcast networks.
Yep, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Anchor FM, Spotify, all the major ones. You'll see right down below in the links here. We got all the links posted, and you guys can take a listen while you're driving around or whatever when you cannot watch your phone or your screen or whatever you're doing.
So we'll see you guys next week, but I really want to pick your brain about this. The blinking olives, that would definitely concern me.
Yeah, it does. So what do you do about that? Because we started having